Hi and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at what makes a video go viral. So we're not going to talk about things to put into the video, such as call to actions, hooks, that sort of stuff. What we're actually going to do is break down the back end and take a look at the analytics so that we can actually see what's happening as the video gets put out and as that content gets shared and passed around and what people do with it, so that we can get a much better idea of what it is that actually makes it go viral and what we need to do moving forward for our own content. So, hi, my name's Matt. If you like what I'm doing, please give us a like and subscribe, and we'll now move on and take a look at the videos themselves. Okay, so here we are, and we're going to take a look at one of my accounts. So this one is to do with my martial arts business, and it's been running for a little while. I did let it go for a while, and so it dropped down in numbers, but now it's starting to come back up again as I'm sort of breathing a bit of life into it. So we're going to take a look at a couple of these videos. Now, the first one we're going to go to is this one here, and I'm going to press the more data button at the bottom. Now, what that does is it brings up the information so that you can look at this specific video. Now, this is one of the ways that we can look to work on our knowledge going forward as to how we want to present our content and what we do and how it resonates with people. So initially then, along the top bar, what we're looking at there is that it's been viewed 104 million times and it's had 126,000 likes. Now, there's been 289 comments, and this is where the numbers get interesting because it's been shared 5,132 times, and it's been favorited 10,000 times. So those are pretty substantial numbers. However, none of the other information there is available for some reason on this particular video. I don't know why. So we're going to come out and we're going to take a look at another one. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at this one. Now, this one, what I'm showing you here is the people who have favorited this particular video. So there's a long stretch of them, and we can take a look at who they are, which is interesting. So we can have a look at their profiles, we can have a look at them, we can see the kinds of people that are really liking our stuff to the point where they want to favorite it and they want to keep hold of it. Now, what I'm going to do is come back out of that, and I'm going to hopefully go to the video itself. There we are. And again, I'm going to look to more data on this. Okay, so the data is now telling us that this one's been seen 575,000 times. Now, again, when we look at the shares and the likes, what we've got there is 1,254 people who have favorited the video and 853 shares. Now, these are the things that are important for us to look at because the likes are great and they have a meaning, but they're relatively easy to do. And so they don't have as much authority and they don't have the same value as, say, comments, likes, shares, favorites, that sort of thing, because they're harder to do. So when we look at this and we look at how many times it's been shared, what we're talking about here is essentially word of mouth. What we're talking about here is other people doing the work for us. Now, if we imagine paid advertising and we think, well, okay, I would need to pay a substantial amount of money on the other platforms for my content to be shared that many times to that many people. Now, in actual fact, what's happening is that's being done for free because other people want to share, right? So the trick is to make content that is shareable, that people want to pass on to other people. That's one of the criteria that you want to look at with your content. Is it shareable? So is part of the value that you give worthy enough so that people want to share it? Okay. Now, this one does have some more stats to it in regards to playtime, things like that. Now, if we look at this, it's really helpful because it tells us, A, the amount of overall watch hours, but more importantly, it tells us things like watch time. Now, the watch time is critical for success. The more something is watched, the longer that watch time is, the higher percentage it is, the more that goes into your favor. Okay, now this one isn't particularly that good in regards to keeping people on. You can see there's quite a significant dip at the beginning, However, overall, we've got a nearly 30% overall watch. So that's not great, okay, but it's enough to get it flowing. It's brought it up to nearly 6,000 views. So what we're looking at there is average watch time of 10.4 seconds. Now, on a video that's 17 seconds, that's actually not that great again. So what we're looking at here is what's giving that the value. And this is why I'm looking at this specifically, because if we look at the watch time, it's not that great. If we look at the retention rate, again, it's not that great on this video. However, it's got pretty good, strong shares and pretty good, strong favorites. And so the people that are engaged with it are engaging really well. Okay. And this particular video has brought in over 3,000 new followers. Okay. So this is great for us to understand, and this is great for us to look at when we're moving forward. So first, you need to get some content out there on the platform. Once that's there, then your next task is to start looking at it, understanding it, and figuring out where that sits, what you can do better, what your audience like, what your community want to get involved with. And that is actually a better chance of going viral than just trying to follow particular trends and patterns and things like that, because that virality may happen, but it's not going to last. So you'll be viral in that moment, but you'll struggle to capture that. And any followers that you get, they won't actually stick around for the longer term. Okay. If you build in this way and you structure it to your communities, to the people that are actually going to be part of your communities, then that virality is more likely to stick. And even though you'll get these high peaks and troughs, what will happen is every time you peak, you'll have far more people sticking around, which should hopefully push the next peak up a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, and a little bit higher. Okay? So if you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this.